I'm trying to contain myself. I've been trying to have a break while I tune into Aquarius, which is my daughter's. And I kind of figured it was better if we actually did the Aquarian reading. So I may actually turn the camera around to show you what I'm physically going through shortly. But I'm just waiting for a few people to jump on because we are going to be doing the Aquarius video. And as soon as we get a few on, I will commence the reading. Now, oh my God, these kids. Anyone got teenagers out there? Anyone want 2 free teenagers? They are going very cheap right now. Okay, so we are going to be doing the Aquarius reading. Now, while I've been tuning, I've been picking up that Aquarians are going through a stage at the moment that they're wanting to give up on some bad habits. They're also having a few... I also do feel for a lot of you, you are also looking at a situation where you have 2 love interests. And obviously, this can be for couples or singles. No judgment here. You know, it just the energy is that it sort of feels as though there is a love interest. 2 people, and it's like you're weighing up the pros and cons connected to what way to go. It could be a past tense situation you're actually processing. It doesn't mean to say you're physically in love with them. You still could have a connection in some shape or form. So that could be through, you know, a separation, or it could actually be a love interest that didn't go correctly. It just feels like it's someone from the past. It's someone you had a direct connection with. And you're looking at the situation. They may actually now be with someone else or coming away from someone in every way it kind of fits. But this person who they're connecting with, for some of you, you might actually know the person that they've now connected in with and hooked up with. And this is becoming a bit challenging because you're actually balancing the energy of your feelings connected to a connection and to the connection that you once had with them before. I'm also seeing finances for you guys has been a bit tight at the moment, and you're wondering, you know, how you're going to generate that cash flow in, how the money is going to balance out, what February is going to look like for you guys. And I do see you really tightening the reins and trying to make situations work. I do feel it's going to be just in the nick of time for many of you, this cash component that you're waiting upon. And I feel like you're really going to have a good hard look at it, and more February is going to be for you guys manifesting and problem solving connected to how you're going to generate that income for the future. And I think it's because you've come to a place where you've been looking at the way you've been living, and you physically said to yourself, I don't like living this way. I don't like worrying about, you know, what's coming next. It can be for some of you that you're trying to repair an asset, or just budgeting the books, really. It feels like you have a plan directly connected to cash, and each time you're ready to go and do it, it seems something else is cropping up, which is very normal for all of us, really. But it's feeling as though for you guys, the way you're going to be handling it is you're going to problem solve in February as to how you're going to be moving through that energy and fixing that situation. Find out what else is going on with money. I do feel some friendships as well have been quite testing for you guys. And don't take everything at face value. I'm really seeing as though for some of you, you're going to need to be super cautious. I feel in one area you're looking at a friendship and you're feeling it failed, and you don't know whether to cut and sever that tie. But this feels like a long-standing friendship. I feel you're judging the situation incorrectly. Also, new friendships and people you're working with, I feel they're there for a time, not a long time. I feel they're serving a purpose, but I don't feel they're a permanent energy. So be careful like how you invest and who you walk away from, because I am seeing some genuine friendships that, although they aren't there as much for you, they are the solid ones. So remain in contact with them and accept that due to different circumstances I'm seeing, That's the reason why things are hard at the moment, but it's not a permanent thing. It's a transitional phase that you're both going through. So don't outrule them or cut them off at this point, because I'm feeling it will be done premature, so to speak. Now these two, this love-related thing is really coming up in your mind. And look, I do feel you're keeping your options open, connected. You're still assessing situations. So I'm going to do these readings a bit differently. I mean, I usually jump in and do the general, but I'm trying to channel in the energies and focus on directly what's coming up. And then I'm going to start pulling clarifiers. So then I'm going to go straight into the readings for the couples and singles. Okay, you're having to really step up connected to life. So the way you're looking at things in February is you're going to feel like you're really going to have to step up to the plate. And this can be in any area of your life, having to take a very mature look at a situation. Now, a part of a situation, you're feeling a cycle's ended. Now, this can be connected to cash. Again, these are the highlighted areas that have come up. Your friendships, where you're really questioning them and a bit iffy about them. You know, your outlook on life financially speaking, and a cycle that's ending. Now, don't feel because a cycle has changed within a friendship, within a relationship, within a workplace, that's the end of that. It's the mature thing where it evolves. So it's not necessarily an ending. It's a cycle and a phase that you've gone through. So process it at that aspect of where you are now, not where you were yesterday or 10, 20 years ago, because you're going to be looking at something very differently. Now, there can be a gathering that's coming up, and I'm going to put a clarifier on that because I'm feeling something directly connected to change. So, and there's going to be some healing directly after this party event. Now, this can be your physical birthday. It can be people around you and their birthdays of what's happening. But it feels as though there's change connected to that. So I'm going to pull some clarifiers on that to see what that's about. It's going to be something that makes you happy. And you are going to see the healing in this situation. This can be directly connected to family or romantic. But I feel as though, you know, it's something where you're going to have a gathering, but it's something where there might be music to your ears, you hear something physically that makes you happy, or there are people there that you haven't seen in a very long time, and the gathering feels like it's really grounding you. But it is going to make you feel nostalgic because it is taking you down memory lane. It's taking you back quite a while to the point where you might emotionally feel, you know, old wounds are going to come up, but it doesn't feel negative. There's medicine in this. But you're not going to see, during going through this, it might be someone you haven't physically spoken to about your truth of what you're feeling of a past tense situation. And it might be at your birthday or at a social event that this transpires. But you're not going to see the medicine in this situation. But you don't have to right away. Purging is all about letting it come to the top. So that you can actually have that healing which occurs at a later time. But for it to come up means you're ready to actually purge it and it's moving forward. And there is going to be medicine in this. So there is going to be healing and perspective directly connected to this. What else do they need us to know? Okay. Be it you're a male or female, you're not seeing how you're healing. You're not seeing how sometimes you feel you need to look outside of yourself to actually receive confirmation, I'm hearing. Now, this can be directly connected to a love interest, male or female, and it might be that the wires are not, the communication isn't there correctly. So it's really sending you mixed signals at the moment. For some of you, it can also be connected to your feeling that connected to mum or dad, that really sometimes you feel like you need to side, and this can be connected to your childhood. Other times you feel you don't want to, but it's like you feel semi left in the lurch. But this is a past tense energy, not a present energy, I'm hearing. But I'm feeling it's more romantic generated, but it does stem from childhood, connected to you going left or right, and wanting to do a cycle differently to what you had in your childhood. I'm going to pull some romance angels on that. You actually want to get to a point where, you know, you reach union with a person and you come to a place where it's going to that next level. So you're not wanting to do that unless the person's serious. Now, I do find you sometimes looking at people and scenarios and getting, I can see comparison happening connected to a situation. Now, this is either your parents' situation or a past tense relationship of how it used to be and what you wish it to be. But it's the reason you're not moving left or right is because you're wanting to see the reality before you engage and proceed with the decision. Feel free to chat. For those of us in Western Australia, I cannot wait for school to be back. You do not understand. I am super excited. I mean, I'm a cleaning goddess, but this is just ridiculous. She's just got to go back to school. It's killing me. Okay. I feel that when you ground yourself, at the moment, your perception of the way you physically feel isn't what people see you as, but sometimes we can reflect that out. And at the moment, you might not be feeling that flash in February. And that can be that you're not feeling 100% up to par. It might be that you're feeling you need to have a detox because you're feeling a bit, it just feels like you're questioning your beauty or your spunk, if you know what I mean. But the way people say, and it might be due to, again, a previous relationship or a situation where people have made you question the inner beauty that you physically have, or whoever you are, male or female. It's like you're questioning your worth in some shape or form, and it's due to trust. So it's due to the fact that someone had broken your trust. But I do feel that if these people can actually show you, and you don't want them to come off super gushy, if you know what I mean, like, oh, I love you. It's like, no, make it real. You want it real. You don't want the whole song and dance. You actually want, you want to see the reality of the situation. People can't pull the wool over your eyes. You're pretty smart when it comes to being in tune connected to that. So, it will be like a firecracker event if someone tries to do that to you. I do feel a few suitors for those of you who are single coming through. But you're sort of assessing it, saying, I really don't think so. I do know what I'm looking for, and unless you can show me who you really are and open up, I'm just not going to make a decision left or right. That's what I'm picking. I do feel some of you are actually looking at work as well. It's like a different direction. It feels like maybe, I do feel a lot of energy around you of looking at a business plan. Now, this business plan may be something that you had attempted before, but you're thinking, gosh, that really didn't work, and the way I applied my energy to that wasn't working. I do feel an aspect of a way you're going to generate an income, and I do feel it's quite an intelligent plan. So if it has failed before, try and have a look at it again from a different perspective and see if you can maybe do it a little bit differently, because I'm feeling as though there is going to be a change either in career or a change the way you directly apply your energy, when it comes to your money and your life moving forward. For some of you, I do feel this year there will be a move, but that is not directly related to, February. It can be for some of you, but it more feels the bigger plan of an idea, again, connected to cash. So this could be that you're traveling to work, or it may be that you're moving into a home that is more affordable to generate that extra cash and live a better existence, so to speak. But for some reason, it feels work proximity. That's what I'm saying. Okay, couples. There still will be room for questions at the end. And feel free, you can always jump on and say hey. For those of you who have just stepped in, this is the Aquarius reading for February. So we're going to do couples. And a big happy birthday to you guys. I hope you have a great one. Pull your energy. Hi. How are we all today? Or tonight in Europe? I mean, right now it's probably about 1 o'clock in Perth, WA. I have a fairly hectic week. School books, child back to school, rent inspection, 12 hours of recording, bookings. Okay. You've got a bit of stress going on at the moment. It's funny, I do feel it's external. I'm not picking that it's directly, it might be connected, but the energy automatically is internally you're processing something. That's the first thing that's coming through loud and clear. Now, when I look at this, I'm just feeling as though you're up in your head. And that's not bad. That's how you're entering into February. You're looking at something and it's like you've gathered information and you've got it directly in front of you. And this may be some shape of paperwork. It feels as though you're thinking about something, but you're not verbalizing something. So you're really meditating on it. You're really concentrating. This can be also connected to either the way you've been feeling, some triggers that have been coming up for you, connected to your partner. Also looking outside in different situations and saying, why can't it just run smoothly? You know, why can't it be like something else? Now, try and keep yourself quite grounded. That's what I'm hearing. It feels like you don't want to be the responsible one all the time. Like that's sort of frustrating you at the moment, but you're having to be quite responsible, but it is irking you. It's bringing some triggers out in you. And you're thinking, look, I'm so easygoing. I just don't understand why I keep coming up against life hurdles. It's really quite frustrating you. For some of you, I am still picking this as work-related, but it's seeping into your relationship. So, again, I'm going to pull clarifiers. And I feel it's directly, again, connected to cash. This is really setting the tone inside this. Now, again, it might be that you actually have a physical plan that you want to do with this cash. Or it might be for some of you, and this is only for a minority, that, you know, your relationship isn't so great and you're looking at it and you're going, well, how would I go? That's only for a minority of you. But it feels it's directly connected to cash and connected to if perhaps something has actually happened. Generally, I don't like tapping into those energies, but if that does come through, I will give you a heads up. Because it can be that their behaviour is actually causing triggers towards you, but it doesn't have to be. Again, you know, if you wanted to tap directly into your personal situation, 100% it would need to be a private reading. So it's like you're thinking on cash, you're thinking about how to do something, and you're really, really, you know, holding on to cash or trying to be careful with what you're doing, and also holding on to your internal feelings connected to this situation. You're scared to actually verbalise what you're feeling in case ahead of time a tower event happens before you can actually prepare. That's what it's feeling like. Your partner is feeling a lot of doubt, and I think they're actually very confused by your quiet kind of disposition. They can still see that you're acting like you usually do. It just feels something is different. Now, again, this directly can be connected to money, and, you know, worrying about what's going to happen, if you guys are going to be okay. And I'm being shown a house. So I don't know if the house, you know, bills connected to... Hi, Jennifer. Aquarius reading, by the way, just in case it didn't show up in the thumbnail. Okay, your partner... It can be that they're unwell or something directly connected to work, or the situation feels toxic. Now, this can be the relationship itself, or it could be the dynamic of what's traveling in an energy sense through your relationship that is impacting emotionally the both of you. Now, you're being asked to keep an open mind. You're also asked to go with the flow, because your first card that you're coming into is very much about you feeling physically stressed. Now, there is a delay, but you need to, and as I said, I was seeing you sitting there meditating. So please keep doing that. Don't jump the gun right now, because even connected to your friendship zone at the beginning of the reading, a lot of the energy is, it's not even the rose-colored glasses. I'm feeling as though you guys are actually not looking at something correctly. This can be information that has been withheld from you, or information yet to come. So don't jump the gun. And I'm urgently telling you that. Just really, really assess. Don't make any firm decisions. Obviously, if you have to, it's the way it goes. And the universe will protect you. You know, it's meant to happen in a certain way. But very much, you know, this connection, it can be that... Okay. This can be connected to, again, a celebration, an anniversary date, something that you want to put your money towards, a home. But again, it can be movement of a house. But this energy, the strange thing is, within your partner's section, there's huge stress. So it feels that they're feeling guilty connected to this. And they're feeling that maybe they made a wrong decision in an investment sense. Now, this could be directly connected to what's causing the stress, or, you know, what actions were taken, or connected to money. Now, it can be for some of you that you are selling an asset, but it feels this is more on your partner's side. So they might be in sales, but it can be that they're just trying to make the pennies work. And, you know, you're just observing this, but you still are meditating and trying to find a solution to the situation. Now, for some of you, if this is stress directly connected to feeling it's not flowing in your relationship, and it's got nothing to do with money, because finance, you know, the abundance internally is directly connected to love. So when you feel you know, it's the laws of attraction. When you're feeling that you're entitled to and worthy of having, and this is money or other, love flows as well, because you have this assessment inside yourself that you've made this decision that you're worthy of having it. But because you have had some hurdles, it's like a block is coming up in you. And this is, you're holding this at bay. So your throat chakra, I do feel it is active. I don't feel as though you're doing it on purpose. I do feel you will speak your mind if need be, but you're being quite calculated in a sense of you're assessing a situation prior to jumping the gun, and I feel that's a very wise move at this point. Some of your dreams aren't being met, and, you know, this is why you're really meditating on this situation. You're wondering how to bring this about. It can also mean that you need to pay attention to your dreams, because if you're not finding a solution to this, when you go to sleep, 9 times out of 10, you know, the dreams are actually helping you process the information to help you work out what to do. And you're not trusting in the fact that this whole process, you know, when we have the chakras open in different areas, you're awakening. So the way you're looking at a situation now is very different, and that's not wrong. Again, as I was saying, in your friendship sector, they've changed, and you're thinking, well, that's the end of a cycle. Yes, it is the end of a cycle, but it doesn't have to be the end of a relationship and a friendship. And this is the same for your relationship and your couples. It's changing. Can you work with the change, or are you at that point you feel that, you know, you've got enough information? That's really up to you guys. Now, balance between you is going to come, but the clarity also is going to come in order to make a decision, either at a financial or an emotional level. But even with the balance, you're working together, but it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen automatically. And it still feels as though there won't be movement in February. And this feels, again, more at a financial level. Which ones should I use? I'll use these. Okay, maybe in a way. Now, for some of you, there could be an inheritance that has been delayed. For others of you, this is that you know, the way in which you were going to handle it was not the right way. But again, don't go back over old ground. And again, you've got the ancestor card. So you've got Grandmother Earth in reverse, which for me as an intuitive psychic, every time I pull a card, it can be the same card, I get a different energy. Now for me physically, the first thing that was coming through was that a loved one that has passed over is protecting you. Also, they're asking you not to worry about cash. They're telling you that the reason why there's a delay is for protection, for direct divine timing. So they want you to release that to the universe so that you can have faith in that and focus on the reality of, you know, what's really in front of you. Because money is stress, but money can also... Money is a coin. It's something we physically see. Is it real? Yes, it is in a sense, but what it does is something, but the focus from a spiritual point of view is very different. So they're asking you not to tune into that too heavily because it is going to be resolved. And I do feel for some of you that do have inheritance, that there has been a delay. It is coming, but... you know, the ancestors are protecting you. There's a reason why there's a delay, so trust in that, because you may actually find a solution to the problem, and then that what is going to come to you, be it, you know, that physically ancestors are financially protecting you and they're going to bring that abundance to you. And you're, you know, it might be that you're praying and you're saying, gosh, I wish my loved one would help me with this. Could you please really help me? But then at other times it can directly be inheritance. What I am being shown and told is please do not stress on this. You're supposed to work. These tensions that are happening between yous are there for a reason, so that you can work together and see the situation correctly. Again, it doesn't have to directly be an ancestor. It can be a spiritual guide. It can be, you know, your angels directly protecting you, or a physical loved one. So it doesn't have to be a person that you physically knew that has passed over. It just feels as though you are being guided and you are protected, but you do have a great deal of stress. Now, in the main section of the reading, a lot of kind of vibrations were coming through connected to a detox. Now, this is impacting your health. So try to actually address that emotionally instead of, you know, it's like your soul needs to be fed, and there is panic directly connected to this. So this can be chain smoking, it can be emotional eating, it can be self-sabotaging thoughts. It's a temporary energy, but just be aware of it so that you know what's going on, you know, when you have this trigger, because there's also a direct healing aspect so that you can work together, you know, in your relationship. Now I'm going to pull some clarifiers for your partner when they want to work with me. You're probably thinking that the same. Okay, for some of you that are in a connection with your partner, you're seeing differences in the situation, and it can be that you have a trigger connected to their past, but what I'm being shown is in their mind it's not about the past. And you haven't exactly had much time to actually spend time together. It can be that you're both busy or you're both up in your heads emotionally. So, you know, it can be that they're having to go away for work. It's affecting your passion in life. And even the communication, again, I was saying your communication in your throat chakra is open. It's a physical choice you're making to not verbalise what you're feeling. January has been quite an anxious month though, because after last year, a lot of us were actually thinking to ourselves, and when I do private readings, this is how I do try to break it down so we can understand what's going on. A lot of us do feel that, you know, every month there was something in 2017. That's been your asset though. We needed to think on our feet. Hello Eric, welcome. Happy birthday. So I'm feeling as though the anxiousness that is coming into 2018, now January is almost like, to me it just feels it doesn't exist. It's an energy of a feeling. We enter into the year like we're on train wheels and we're moving into it. Now a lot of us are super processing in January, on top of being extremely busy with leaving Christmas, New Year, you know, going back to work, etc. However, this is going to directly relate in your given life. So a lot of manifestation doesn't really happen. The getting real time is really February, March, April. By April, you're well and truly into the year. The energy that I've been picking up is people actually don't know what's coming, and that's it's strange. And that's then your awareness that you have had your third eye open. You actually do have your intuition, you know, in your life on, but you've been none the wiser, because the energy that we're feeling is we don't know what's coming next. And look, even as a reader, when I do these readings, I don't know what's going to come through. That's why a lot of people say, oh, can't you do readings for yourself? Well, I could. But when I do these readings, I don't know what's going to come through till I start. And even with the private readings, the reason people are feeling so nervous is because we can't feel it. You know, it's a sense, it's a sixth sense. But the reason we have to get used to this, hello Luciana, hello Jennifer, the reason we have to get used to this is because last year prepared us for this. We do need to live for the now and actually be used to using the tools that we had in 2017 to physically come to a place where we can say, okay, well, that's come at me. Now I need to directly deal with it emotionally. Because our rose-coloured glasses are taken off now, you know, and we have a firm foundation. No, we may not all of us be as rich as we'd like to be, but we're more realistic, connected to what we can do. It trained us last year. So that's all I want to tell you at that level. Now, singles, what's going on for you guys? Try and take your power back. Hello, Wendy. I feel as though singles and couples, both of you, please do not feel that you have no power. We all have power. You know, money does not equal power. Mindset is your power. Now, I'll be honest, we cannot be positive 24/7. It's physically, it's just, you'd be numb, I'm telling you. Now, for those of you who do have that super kind of, you're highly evolved. On a purging aspect, it's natural to have the good, the bad, and the ugly. And be okay with that, but just don't get stuck there permanently. You know, have that self-talk and go, oi, come on. Don't ever feel also, I do feel for some of you, okay, this is singles energy is coming through. Another person's trying to give you some advice in an area. Be very, very careful. That is about them, it's not about you. It's not about you. They are quite a dominant energy. This can be friend or love interest. You know, as I said, the energy coming through is you're assessing. Your vibes are out. Your feelers are out at the moment. Hello, the little sage. Now, forgive me if I look away from the screen, because when I start tuning in, you know, if I start reading your comments, I'm like, hi. So I'm going to try and tune in. And I do believe my daughter's watching, and I'm glad she's away from the door now, because that was really irritating. She'll probably come to the door now. God help me. Hello from the East Coast. Hello from Perth. Happy birthday. My daughter's is tomorrow. She came in and she says, can I have $250? I was like, yeah, right. Okay. Well, I've got this strange energy with you guys coming through. Okay. I'm feeling as though there's a friend that does meddle. Now, this can be either way you want to take it. You'll know who, when a reading is given, you'll know who this energy directly belongs to. And if it does not relate, just take it and cast it aside. For some of you, there is a friend that is meddling. You're processing a friendship from the past as well. And again, this energy is, I think, quite relevant for you guys. This did come through in the general energy. I do feel you're going to hear from this person that you hadn't spoken to in a while. They have seen you through some relationship tragedies and some things in your life. You still do care about them very much. But in some shape or form, there's things that you need to communicate with them because there's unfinished business. But again, you don't want to hurt their feelings because you are hurt, but you're not getting the whole story. They don't like letting you down. Okay, I'm going to leave that there because that's not your energy. Okay, this person who's guiding you, they've had some interesting energy. Now, this can either be the energy of the person who you're directly dealing with at the moment, who is talking to you about this past tense situation, or the person from the past. Now, there's a lot of energy coming through connected to this, so I'm just going to get that over and done with so we can look at your love life. They feel that what they did was wrong, or the direction in which they went is wrong. That can be connected to them wanting to do something quickly and it didn't pan out the way they wanted it. They've got their life going on, okay? So what I'm feeling is you're thinking this is about you. It's actually got nothing to do with you. Their energy and what's going on is a very personal thing. It's very much connected to who they are, them forgiving themselves. It's like they're hiding. They're trying to hide. They are scared. They're scared to let people in. Sometimes they can come across quite like show-offy, cocky, but deep down they have a wonderful heart. So they feel that's all you remember them as, and then they know that's true, but they've also done some pretty crappy things, okay? But who they are to the core is this person. So that's why in the general read it was saying, don't give up on them yet. There's more to come in a sense of clarity. So hold on to your guns. Don't be shooting them yet because you're going to actually understand when they have a conversation with you. Some of you will be seeing this person at a birthday party or after a party because that was coming through in the general. Okay, singles, love life. Okay, again, there are two people. I'm feeling two energies here. And a third one. Oh, God, you guys are lucky. You got a few suitors here. I don't feel you understand why this is happening. You're like, why is it when I was looking for someone, no one was here? Now I'm to the point I'm thinking, well, no, they're all coming out of the woodworks, I'm telling you. It might be because your vibration connected to a social event is going to be different. Or around that time, you're going with the flow, you're focusing on self. And that's why they start coming out of the woodworks, is because you're really doing some self-love. Don't know what's going on with you guys and friends, but I'm telling you, one of the cards I looked at, I was like, whoa, okay. There is a connection to a person who is romantically feeling something for you, and a friend. That's all I'm going to say. There's jealousy connected to this. But it's not that anything is going forward at this point in time. A lot of processing's going on. You're very focused though. I mean, you're not stupid either. I do feel you are going to watch this all play out in front of you. Not stupid at all. I can feel the way you're looking at it. Double shot of Turkish coffee. It's the only thing that keeps me going. Cool, I'm glad you have, Liz. Okay, so there are these energies of people coming through. Now, strange. You're not going to jump the gun. You're going to watch this all play out. Now, there's one that's shining through. Both of you know how you feel about each other. You will see this person. I'm feeling you definitely will be seeing this person soon. And this is February related. You do make them jealous because you are, but okay, people around you are feeling jealous, but it's like you're looking at each other. The eye contact is speaking more than words. So you have this telepathic communication thing going on. It's like an acknowledgement that you guys have a connection. Does that make sense? But I am feeling 3 energies. I don't feel people are going to see this coming. They're going to go, whoa, really? This could be that you do reconnect with an ex, or you do see an ex. What they were doing in their life, they feel was false, and the investment where they made was false. They did want to be free, but you have made them jealous. They had to go through this to actually get to know themselves. And some of their burdens are changing. So, you know, the way they're looking at things, the burdens can be internal burdens. It doesn't physically have to be. For some of them, it can be that they're married, or, you know, that they've maybe going through divorce, or they've got custody of children. It'll relate directly how it fits within your life. You'll know who the person is. Now, you're so focused at the moment. Yes, you do know things are going on, you know, but you're very, very focused. As you awake, generally, you know, your twin will awaken. Okay, you've felt that you've had to wait. You know, you've had to be really, really, and I'm just going to say it, bloody patient. That's what the word that's come through. It's like you're grinding your teeth, you know. You're looking at your future. And sometimes people are calling it, you've had to be, in a way, held your cards close to your chest. And sometimes they might have felt that you were unfair. It's like you're doing it on purpose, and it's necessary to happen. So you're just going, I want to have some fun. I have to be selfish for the moment. I want what I want, and that's it. So it's like you've set the tone. You've set the tone of your expectations, and that's very positive coming into February. You know, you've made some sacrifices. You've been hanging around waiting for this thing to get off the ground, and you've been bloody patient. Now, your feeling, is this going to go on forever? Don't feel you do feel you've been heading in the wrong direction or applying your energy in the wrong way. And you just don't know, you know, you're really going, I think you're getting a mixed signal around this time. So that's where you get up into that kind of mindset. But it's like you really have this draw to this person. For some of you, it does feel as though, you know, there's this connection addiction, but it's not addiction. It feels just, you feel so familiar with this person, yet you can't really fathom why this hasn't got off the ground. And you're sorry that it hasn't got off the ground, and you're wondering why. Have you done something? It's like you're psychoanalyzing yourself. But you know them really well, so then you get back into that grounded sense, and you're saying, yes, but I know the deal with this. I know what this process is. This is an energy. This too shall pass. You need to be patient with yourself, but there is love here, and you do want to offer them yourself, but you also don't want to jump the gun and do it unless you can see vibrationally they're ready. You're like, I'm not gonna go out and be vulnerable right now if you're not opening up your, you know. Yeah. Oh yeah, but you don't cross an Aquarian. My daughter's an Aquarian. Love her to bits. I don't know why. I've got so many Aquarians in my life. So many. So many. She'll tell me how to dress. She'll be like, Mum, nah, you can't wear that. You're not going out in public like that. Mind you, she's now stealing my things. Yeah, but it's all a front when you're super cold. It's just, you burnt me. And honestly, I do feel Aquarians, when they're really, really hurt, what we see is only half of what they're really feeling. So, you know, when they can be harsh, when you guys can be harsh with your tongue, it's because you feel quite burnt. You feel hurt, and it's legitimate, you know. Now, new is coming. New's coming. Something is changing, and it's actually a vibration you're sending out. You're saying, you know what? I've been waiting. This is my dues are due. Like, this is my turn. I can feel it right there. But again, you're waiting for them to make the first move. Now, when it says new, if this is your soulmate, don't feel that it means a new person. Now, it can be for some of you, soulmate, twin flame, or a person you had a connection with. New means they've changed, okay? Hello, Queensland. Hi, Robert. Yeah, well, the energy definitely is pretty heavy with that way. Now, you know, connected to this person, you know, okay, now there's two energies again. I don't know why are you guys doing this to me? Okay, this person who's changed is coming in. There's another person who's wearing a fake mask. Now, this is two, for some of you, this is two energies. It's about you walking away from this situation and walking towards a situation that has a fresh start. For others of you, it's that this is you hiding yourself because you know that this is coming, but you're thinking, I don't want it to be the way it was before. Okay? Okay, expression, the connection of you, how you're feeling, the connection and taking it to the next level. The reason these things aren't happening is because you're so bloody scared, because they are your twin flame soulmate. This person, you are so scared of this person because you have a very deep connection with them, and you're scared because others have let you down. Now, this can be, again, childhood. This can be visually seeing these situations happen with other people. It's a trigger. This is what I'm picking. There's a trigger. You're thinking to yourself, I can feel the vibe, and I don't know how to take this vibe, but you create something in me. And this can be for good or bad. My grandmother once said that to me. People aren't bad. There can be people that, well, they can be, but in a connection, a person will either bring the best out in you or the worst. You need to pick what that's going to be, because you will feel the vibration. This vibration I feel coming through is very much that they scare you, because they do, you do have feelings for them. So it's really frightening you. Any questions? While I have my cigarette in Perth, WA. Any questions, lovelies? Do we have anyone new on here? If so, welcome. Any questions? You're most welcome. Hello, Gabby, welcome. Hello, Jennifer, welcome. No, it doesn't have to be about love. Look, the energies that come through, a lot of times, sometimes I do listen to other readers, you know, here and there. And the funny thing is, energy will come through and it will speak to you directly. So you need to pick the reader, how it's going to directly relate to you. The messages will connect with you. Don't ever try and fit it in a box. Like, how do I put it? If the first thing that comes to mind when I'm speaking and I'm reading, if that pulls a trigger and a story connected to you, how you feel that going, that's the message for you. But don't try and push it into a certain box. Otherwise, look at your rising signs, because sometimes as we get older, our energy can revert more to our rising signs. And definitely look at your Venus house as well, because that's really going to give you some more insight connected to that. But if you are a twin flame, you're going to need to go from watching your zodiac sign, and then when your frequency's all funky, go and ground yourself with a twin flame reading from a trusted reader. Thank you, Isabella. Thanks for the feedback. Yes, you can meet with your twin in dreams. Sometimes this is when you're both going through changes, when you're realigning, but yes, you can. Always go with your gut, Liz. Like I said, a lot of what was coming through straight off the bat, it was like indigestion, digestion problems, like the food not processing correctly. I do feel this is nerve related for a lot of Aquarians, or stress related. But look, just go to the doctors and get a check. Go with your gut connected to things. If you're feeling something soft, go and get it checked. As I said, I'm not a doctor, but you know, gut feelings, definitely go with your gut. Yeah, it's strange because, look, as a psychic, what I do find is I was there in the bathroom and I'm talking to my daughter, and of course I started ratting off some things about Aquarians, and she was going, "How do you know that, Mum?" And I went, "Because I'm tuning." I said, "Okay, thank you for that. I'm going to go do the reading." But the first thing I was feeling is a very heavy stomach. It was like, whoa. And all I had was some rice crackers and a bit of hummus. So I receive energies and information differently, and I'm thinking, I've had 5 rice crackers, really, I can't be full on that. So digestion definitely come up for you guys. If they dismiss you, get a second opinion. Always go back and get a second opinion. You know, with things like that, go to a different doctor. You have to keep pushing. You've got to say, well, you know, Google it and see what other tests they can do. If you directly feel there's an issue with it, it can be stress, it can be exercise related, it can be food related, it might be allergies. You know, so definitely push it further. You know, go to a different doctor and get a secondary opinion. I'm going to be doing Pisces next because, you know, their birthdays will be coming up soon. But I will be doing Libra and Cancer very soon as well. Oh, Natalie, I'm sorry. Yeah, they say with appendix, sometimes if you push in the middle, that can come with fevers. Yeah, but it'll come and go. Sometimes you can have a murmuring appendix. But yeah, definitely it was feeling like under here, this area. Let it come out. Okay, how do you break through a block? I'm still doing research connected to that. I feel there are times when the universe wants you to push through that energy, and that's going to happen naturally. There's also other times what you'll find is they will accidentally happen. Now, a few months ago, I was recording these and I was listening to chakra clearing for a week, the 7 chakra points. Now, I actually did collapse, and I felt it quite amusing after that. I hadn't put the dots together because I'd opened them and unblocked every area, and a mass purging came about. So sometimes energetically, if the universe does feel that it's time for you to unblock those areas of life because you're moving to that next stage, it's naturally going to come about. It's not like you can seek it out. But when an issue comes up, face it. You know, cry over it, feel that energy. Try and become self-aware to a point you can actually put the dots together of where it's coming from. And then perhaps if it's directly connected to a person and it's fear-based, you know, when a situation happens when you're connected to another human being on a romantic or a different level, What you need to do is sort of say, this is not that person. This is a new situation, yet I accept the fact that a trigger's come up, and then communicate your truth connected to it so that you can actually help, you know, your situation move forward, and you can change the rhythm of it. Okay, well, I will be doing Pisces next. Do we have any Pisces on here right now? Any Pisces? We're going 50-50. It's either going to be Libra or Pisces. Chuck it out there. Going once. What would we like next? Libra or Pisces? What's the best way to break from an Aquarian? Well, I think if the best way, there's no best way. Any breakup with any sign is different. But it has to be that you vibrationally feel you've done all you can. If you can't break away from a situation, it means you're not ready to. Emotionally, physically. It means you're still either blocked or... And it doesn't come down to the zodiac sign. It actually comes down to how you're feeling connected to the situation. That's their blocks, don't own them. And then that untrains them from doing that to you. Just don't own it. Pisces, okay, well, we've had 3 Pisces, 4 Pisces, okay. I'll be back in 2 seconds and we shall be doing Pisces. Bye.